Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, deathly search, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks. I'm a useful idiot. Welcome. So the deterioration of liberal media continues unabated, and there's dramatic components being added to it. And for one, today, Jim Acosta on CNN resigned on air, and apparently they had decided to move his program to the midnight slot, and he felt that was too much of an insult, and he resigned on air. And one of the funny things about it is he gave a little speech about don't give in to lies, don't give in to fear, and hold on to the truth, which seems like a complete irony coming from liberal media, let alone CNN. We've had years of CNN uh, putting forth their fake news and their misinformation, and Trump rightly has called them out numerous times about their fake news. They've been caught repeatedly using video footage and photographs that had nothing to do with the events they were reporting on. We've had staged events like the release of the Syrian prisoner, and just one example after another that they really are completely fake news. And they seem to be aware of that because, as I pointed out recently in a video, the president of CNN called on the staff and all their so-called journalists to back off on the rhetoric during the inauguration and moving forward. So they know their model's not working anymore. And we're seeing that also because even more people are being laid off on CNN. 200 people are now announced to be fired. That's only 6%, but let's remember they've had multiple firings now, so they're losing a huge portion of their staff and are trying to re-gear themselves. And they even came out and said that, quote, a profound shift in news habits, unquote, because they're aware that Fox News continues to thrive. All the liberal media outlets are deteriorating and losing viewership. Well over 50% of their viewership's been lost, and their rhetoric doesn't seem to be moving people so well, particularly since Trump's been elected. And they acknowledge the fact that people are moving to independent news outlets, and people like Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan are thriving. And there's hundreds of independent news channels on YouTube now, and there's also Substack and Rumble and all the rest. And there's even people on social media outlets that are thriving and taking the place of liberal media. So after 8+ years, 9 years of their misinformation and their fake news, they finally seem to be paying the price. But ironically, CNN, they can't get people to watch their news for free, and they're drumming up the idea of a digital streaming service of CNN News that'll be subscription. You'll have to pay for it, which of course is going to be a grand disaster. If people don't want to watch your news for free, they're certainly not going to pay for it. So interesting to see the further deterioration of liberal media, and I would suggest that moving forward, we're going to see a lot of these notable and dramatic misinformation queens and kings on liberal media, like Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow, who still have an audience, but seems like at some point moving forward, their heads are going to roll. And we're going to see some of these outlets like MSNBC may even get sold, but they're going to have to reinvent themselves in this new Trump era. And of course, once again, it's not necessarily about their political message. The political message is just a casualty of the fact that their ratings are going down. So it's all about business. So they'll spew whatever they have to get ratings, and that's what they did for 9 years, spewing Trump hate and Trump misinformation. And so moving forward, they might have to align themselves more with Trump if that's the way the winds blow to get their ratings up, because they're whores. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too?